Welcome to the Seventh Dispensation Podcast. Today we're going to be reading from the Holy Book Alpha Quran, and the chapter that we're reading from today is called The Prophet. Now it says, the day of the Lord is here. God is ready to sentence this devil to the penalty of death. Satan, the devil, has deceived the people of paradise. This is why we have rebelled and betrayed God. We must fear God, who has the power to create a new world order. God is coming to cast this devil into a lake of fire. Those who do not believe and those who refuse to turn away from the devil's ways of life, those who refuse to turn away from the devil's way of life will also be cast into the fire. So will the murderers, alcoholics, and drug addicts, if they don't repent, as well as those who practice bizarre sex, and all of those who are worshiping the false god of our former slave masters. Satan hates Christ because of his love for you. The turning away from evil makes you a prey. This is why righteous people are so hard to find. Those who refuse to do evil are attacked. But God will always protect and deliver the righteous from the injustice of their enemies. If God was the father of Satan, they would love you. Christ is here teaching you the truth of God. He is representing the truth to you. But the evil ones are plotting his death. Why? It is because the truth of God is not in them. They have no love for God, so they cannot have love for the people of God. Christ has not come to you on his own. God sent him. People of this world have been made into spiritual beasts. But the world is giving birth to a son. The beast and the child of God are going to clash over rulership. Who will rule the nations? And see, this is why I chose to run for the president of the United States in 2028. It's because God and the devil are going to clash over rulership. Who is going to rule the world? And we're talking about people. We're not talking about spooks. We're not talking about mysteries. Who is going to rule the world? So in 2029, whoever the president is, he's either going to be God or he's going to be the devil. Things are either going to get better or things are going to get worse. I'm telling you today, in 2029, whoever the president is going to either lead us into paradise or take us all into hell. Now let's get back into this book. This is the message for the universe, for all the chosen ones. The Islamic world will produce the son. He will not be a Muslim, but he will be someone who has studied Islam. This is what has caused the great war in heaven. The angels of God are fighting against the beast. And we know that the beast is not strong enough to overcome the power of the angels. Satan has led the world down the wrong path. This is why God has come today to give us salvation and power in a righteous kingdom. He has given authority to his Christ. Satan is being thrown out of power. See what happened in Cuba? The embargo being overthrown. The devil's being cast to the side by the president of Mexico, by the Latino community, by the Mexican president. That was a sign of power, backed by God, to cast this devil out. And that's why this book says that this. He has given authority to his Christ. Satan is being thrown out of power. See, it's just not in Cuba. America is losing power all over the world. All over the world, they're being cast out. They're losing power all over the world. Now listen what the book teaches. The beast hates Satan because they know that it is the teaching of Muhammad that will produce the child. Oh no, hold on. Excuse me, I messed up. It say the beast hates Islam because they know that it is the teachings of Muhammad that will produce the child. Islam will give birth to the son. Satan is angry today. They are standing in the sea shore, watching and ready to make war with anyone who obeys God and follow his commands. The enemy is a people seen spiritually as beasts. The enemy is a people of great power and who are seen as leaders of this world. All of the leaders of this world are part of Satan's system. They're part of Satan's system. Whether you believe it or not, every last one of them. If you're a leader and you're a part of this world, you are a part of Satan's system. If you are not trying to set up a new world, you're not trying to set up a new government, you're not trying to set up a new way of life for the people, and you are promoting this system, this way of life that's in this world, then you are a part of this world, which is Satan's world. What government is like the government of America? Who is able to make war with America? This is a country where the people have no respect for God. A country where preachers and religious leaders and religious people speak evil and tell lies about God. Listen, the religious people of this world, speak evil and tell lies about God. This is a country whose government has been given the power to make war with God, with God's people, and to overcome them, and to overcome. This is the country where the leaders and the religious people speak evil and tell lies about God, and they are given the power to overcome the people of God. They're given that power to make war with God and to overcome God's people. They've been given that power. Now listen, this is a message to the universe, to all of the chosen ones. I want y'all to listen closely. The enemy has made a spiritual beast out of us. This is the beast made out of the earth, who does whatever the enemy wants. Whatever the enemy wants, we do. They worship the enemy's God and promote his religion throughout the world as truth. Now just look. Now let's look at this, right? If a people make you a slave, would you consider those people to be a friend or enemy? If a people invade your land and murder your ancestors, would you consider those people to be an enemy or a friend? If a people colonize you, destroy your knowledge and teach you their knowledge and their language, and give you their identity and destroy your identity and your language, would you consider that people to be a friend or enemy? I mean, ask yourself, what would you consider those people to be? So the book teaches that this is the beast made out of the earth who does whatever the enemy wants. They worship the enemy's God and practice the religion throughout the world as truth. They worship the enemy's God and practice the enemy's religion as truth throughout the world. See, the slave master was a Christian. The evil and wicked colonizer was a Christian. So that's the enemy. If you were made a slave by people, if you were colonized and your ancestors were murdered and your land was stolen by people, then those people are your enemies. And if those people have a religion, and you practice that religion today, then you are practicing the enemy's religion. You are practicing the devil's religion. I mean, there's no way you could argue that. That's facts, no cap. Now listen, let's get back into this. Is a message to the universe. They will kill anyone who refuses to bow down to their supremacy. Their mind and actions are poisoned by the mark of the beast. The power of the slave master will last 666 years. Listen, the power of the slave master, the enemy, the devil, will last 666 years. As of today, we have been out of slavery for 159 years. So when this book was written, the Alpha Quran, a divine revelation from God, at that day and that time when this book was written, we have been out of slavery for 159 years. 159 years. So now let's look at today. Today is 2026. This book was written and completed in 2008 or 2005. Either 2005 or 2008. So just think, at the time when this book was written, it said that we had been out of slavery for 159 years. Now, who know how long we was in slavery? They say we was in slavery for 325 years, I believe. That's how long we was in slavery. So 325 plus 159 is what? 59 plus 25 is 84 years. 3 plus 1 is 4. So that would be 484 years when this book was written. 484 years. So now add up 20 years, add 20 years to that. That would give us 504 years. 504 years. If I got the right year it was written, I can't remember when it was completed or when this chapter was written. But say 404 years. But we passed that. 500. Well, 400. Yeah, 504 years. So 504 years. And we talking about 666 year power. Now, do you see how close we are to the end of their power? But I was told, because I might not be adding it up right, but I was told that they only had 15 more years to rule before the 666 years old. So if they only got 15 more years to rule before the 666 years is over, y'all gotta imagine, man, how close we are to the fall of Satan and to the rise of the kingdom of God and to the new world order of things. Look how close we are. 15 years, man. That's how long this devil got to live. 15 more years. Now listen. It says this. This is a message for the universe, to all the chosen ones. The enemy began the rule of their world in the early 1400s. Now keep track of that. 1400s. This is when the devil began to rule the world in the 1400s. So we finna add up the 666 years. So we starting off in the 1400s. We ain't gonna put no year on it, no specific year. We just gonna say 1400s when they first started to rule the world. Then it say, as of today, it has been approximately 600 years since Spain and Portugal got started. So just think, if they started in the 1400s, Spain and Portugal, the devils, the enemies, began their rule of the world in the 1400s. And it's 2026 now. So that's what? 600 years, right? That's 600 years. 1400 to 2000. So let's add it up. 1500, 1600, 1700, 1800, 1900, 2000. 6 years. It's what? 2026. So that means 626 years. That's how long it's been. If we start at 1400, we don't say 1410, 1400, we just say 1400. Then we say it's 2026. That's 626 years right there. Out of 666 years that they were to rule. So just imagine how close we are to the end of Satan's rule. Just imagine. Now listen what this book teaches. This is a message for the universe, for all the chosen ones. Listen to what this holy book, the Alpha Quran, teaches. Their 666 year rule is almost complete. See, let me stop right there. The Christ is supposed to come to bring in the new world and to announce the end of Satan's rule, right? See, you don't have a holy book or a divine revelation that talks like this, that reads like this. See, you can't find anything in the Bible, you can't find anything in the Torah, and you can't find nothing in the Holy Quran that's saying what this book is saying. That's what I want y'all to understand. This was a book revealed to me by God and sent to us by God. And listen what the book is teaching about the end of the devil, man. Because see, the Torah, the Bible, and the Holy Quran talks about the end of the devil's world. But there is no book that's telling you a precise timeline. There's no book that is identifying the devil to us. And that's what got Jesus murdered. When Jesus came, he started identifying them devils and said, man, listen, that's the children of the devil right there. I know who they are. When he started saying, listen, don't act like those religious people right there standing on the corner praying and singing and dancing. They only want to be seen in the public. This was what Jesus was saying. This is written in the Bible. That Jesus was saying this about the religious people of his day. And they doing the same thing that religious people of our day doing. Stuff to be seen. Practicing evil and wicked and doing stuff to be seen. To make themselves appear as righteous, then go into our countries. Because we're not from Europe, we're not from America. They go into our countries, the Latino world and the African world, and they murder our people. That's what they do. But then they come back here and stand on the corner with a Bible, with a weight book. You see what I'm saying? So just look what this book is teaching. It's telling us a timeline of when the devil's rule is over. And as it's been, this is the 600 year out of the 666 year rule of the devil. We're in the 600 year right now. So they don't got that much time left, man. This is why they then got so aggressive with murdering and killing our people. Because they know their rule is almost over, man. So they'd rather kill everybody. They'd rather kill everybody than lose power. Now let's get back into this book. This is a message to the universe. To the chosen ones. Now listen what it say. The Son of Man is coming to separate the people into two groups. The godly people and the wicked people. You are either on the side of God or the side of Satan. Now listen, this has nothing to do with praying. This has nothing to do with going to no church. This has to do with rulership. This has to do with peace. If you on the side of the people who are murdering our people, blacks, Latinos, Asians, and Indians, that means you are on the side of Satan. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care like what good act you doing to propagate the rule of Satan. See, Satan can come out and feed you. Satan can come out and give you gifts. Satan can come out and give you housing and all of this stuff, right? If you would allow him to stay in power and to murder our people and conquer our people and rob us of our land and our natural resources. See, that's why they doing that. They're not doing that because they love you, because if they love you, they would have never kidnapped you and brought you to another country. They would have never enslaved you. They would have never went to your country and murdered your ancestors and then brought you to this country. They would have never abused you when you got here and treated you with racism and discrimination ever since you've been here. They wouldn't have did that if they was doing it out of a good heart. Don't think because they brought you here or allowed you to come here that mean nothing. If they not treating you good, man, then they not doing it out of a good heart, man. They doing it as see, it's a word like for when you do something, but you got an ulterior motive for why you doing it. See, I can't think of the word right now, but it's a word for stuff like that. And that's the reason why they doing that. Because they want you to think they good while they go over there and murder your people and rob your people of their natural resources. Now let's get back into this. Message to the universe, to all of the chosen ones. It says this. It says this. God has raised up a warner for us. A warner. Not a prophet, not a messenger, not a preacher, not a minister. God has raised up a warner. See, I'm here to warn you. I'm not here to preach to you. Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to be no prophet. I'm not here to be no fake minister or none of that. I'm here to warn you of what's coming. Here to warn you. This is who we must listen to. See, forget the preacher. Forget the minister. Listen to the warner. The person that's telling you, hey, if you don't change, if you don't get away from those devils, you're going to die right along with them. See, that's a warning. That's not a threat. That's a warning. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm not making threats. I am warning you. So this is who we must listen to. God says that God says that he will raise up a prophet for us from amongst us, our own people. The prophet will propagate of a future event. And the future event was the coming of God. But when God comes, he would then raise up a messenger whose job is to relay the message of God to let us know what's next. And then a warner will be raised to tell us, hey, y'all have continued to support the devil. Y'all have rebelled against God. Y'all have showed hate to God. And you chose the devil's religion and the devil's way of life. So if you don't change now, you are going to die along with this devil. See, that's a warning. That's what the warner, he's the last one to come. The Christ is a warner. He is the last one to come. There's no one after Christ. There is no more prophets, none of that. The only thing that we are waiting on is the Christ who is here. And he is a warner. And he's telling you, if you do not change, if you constantly keep supporting this devil, you are going to die right alongside of him. And the Bible teaches that. The Holy Quran teaches that. In the Holy Quran, the devil said that, hey, I'm going to go two back and forth. I'm going to go front and back, side by side, and I'm going to cause all of them to stumble. And God said that if they follow you, I'm going to destroy them right along with you. That's in the Holy Quran. So when you know who the devil is, and you siding with the devil, and you so helping them murder your people, drop bombs on your people, and God said that he is going to kill you right along with him. It's in the Bible too. It's in the Bible. God said, if y'all side with this devil, you are going to hell. You are going to be cast into a lake of fire. Right along with him. That's in the Bible and the Holy Quran. And when you identify who the devil is, see, the devil told y'all that this talking about a spook mystery devil. They didn't tell you that they was the devil. That this is the devil's religion. They didn't tell you that part. That y'all in and they're walking around with the devil's cross around y'all neck. A cross that was created by Emperor Constantine. And when he made this emblem, he said, "This with this sign we conquer." See, that's what the cross represents. The cross don't represent Jesus, don't represent God or none of that. The cross represents, with this sign we conquer. In hoc signo vinces. And it was created by Constantine, Emperor Constantine. And he had a sign, a logo right on it that said, in hoc signo vinces, which means with this sign we conquer. So when you got that cross on your neck, you showing the world that you a conquered people. And that you riding with this devil. You propagating, you supporting his religion, you supporting his evil and wicked ways, you supporting the murder of our people, the murder of blacks, Latinos, Indians, and Asians by this devil. Because that's who they killing, us. They ain't never went to war in Europe and killed another white person. They wars is in Africa, they wars in the Latin world, they wars are in the Asian world, they wars are in the Indian world. See, they killing us with that cross around their neck. With this sign we conquer. And y'all, everybody walking around with that sign on their neck has to die along with the devil, because you showing that you representing what they doing. If you got a sign that represents conquering our people, then that means you on the side of the conqueror of our people, the murderer of our people. That's what that cross represents. And it was created by Emperor Constantine. Not Jesus, not God. Emperor Constantine created that cross for his religion, because he the one created Christianity. And he said, with this sign we conquer. Now let's get back into this book. This is a message for the chosen ones. God says that he will mobilize us for action. He is going to unite all of the Africans of the diaspora and to make a universal government of peace. Why is the enemy opposing our struggle for freedom and justice for all? Like, why would anybody oppose a struggle for freedom and justice for all? Like, who would oppose that? If I said I want to free Cuba from an embargo that's starving the people out and putting them in financial hardship, right? Who would oppose that? Like, who would oppose that? I would have to say a devil, because a good person, a righteous person, would not oppose getting the people out of financial hardship. Like, a righteous person would never oppose that. Who would oppose that, man? Now let's listen. It says, today we see them watching us trying to pry into the secrets of heaven, only to find stern guards and flaming fires. There is a flame lying in wait for them. It's a flame lying in wait for them. Christ has come to call us to a home of peace and to guide us into a way that is straight. The straight path of God. Guide us into a way of peace and into a way that is straight. And on that note, I leave you as I came. Peace.